Car tester Reinhold Deisenhofer says even James Bond doesn't get a new company car every day. And the Aston Martin DB11's predecessor, the DB9, showed it. Its platform was developed for the Vanquish back in 2001, and its motorization was even older, from the era when Aston Martin belonged to Ford. In the meantime, Daimler has bought into the British car maker, and that's fine if you consider the current AMG GT models. Let's see what the DB11 can do, he says. The official successor to the DB9 is impressive at first sight, and not just when it's sunny. The DB11 is classically elegant, with proverbial British understatement. Its design language will be the basis for all future Aston Martin models. No sills or spoilers. Out of consideration for the neighbors, the car is even programmed for a silent start. For the first few meters, the noise flaps in the exhaust remain closed. But later, watch out. Then the engine roars from all 12 cylinders. This gentleman race car churns out 447 kilowatts and takes just 3.9 seconds to rocket to 100 kilometers an hour. Its 700 Newton meters of torque and top speed of 322 kilometers an hour promise fantastic, if eccentric, driving fun. Reinhold says the Aston Martin Gran Turismo's interior is classical. The perfect bucket seats and leather seating make you go, ah, when you sit down. And the instruments are very reduced. The central console has 5 buttons made of real glass. The middle one, the ignition, is surrounded by those controlling the 8-speed automatic transmission. Reinhold is especially taken with the precise steering. The only thing he can find to criticize is that there are too few surfaces to store things. The cooperation between Mercedes and Aston Martin has paid off. The interior feels more modern than in the DB11's predecessors. New are the 12-inch infotainment and digital instruments, but the model hasn't lost any of its British charm. There's top-quality leather wherever you look. The British end of the partnership gets all the credit for the DB11's handling. The car is much faster and more agile than you'd imagine at first sight. Overall, it seems very different from its competitors. There's none of that Ferrari melodrama or gut-wrenching Lamborghini roar. And the DB11, even very high speeds seem routine. Reinhold says the DB11 definitely has the James Bond feel of an Aston Martin. It's a lovely GT with the performance of a super sports car and the elegance of a timeless icon. But even when driving at moderate speeds, fuel consumption never dropped below 14 liters per 100 kilometers. He tells us the DB stands for David Brown, who bought the Aston Martin company in 1947. In 1963, the DB5 became the first James Bond car and served in the films Goldfinger and Thunderball.